How's it going? I'm Bobby Billmeyer, and today I want to show you how to safely clean your Springfield Armory XDM. This is a 45 caliber version with a 4.5-inch barrel. To start, make sure to remove the magazine and clear the chamber to ensure a safe cleaning environment. With the pistol cleared, you can now locate the disassembly lever on the left side of your XDM. Then push the slide back and release the slide catch at the same time. Then bring your slide forward. The slide will release and you can pull it off. With the slide off, you can now see the recoil spring. You can push the spring forward a little bit, then lift up on the back of the guide rod to release it. The spring is under pressure, so be careful and have a hand ready to catch it. Finally, remove the loose barrel from the slide. With the XDM disassembly complete, let's take a quick look at the parts we need to clean. Looking at the bottom portion of the XDM, you can see quite a bit of residue where the rounds enter the chamber. Moving to the barrel, pretty much the whole thing needs to be cleaned. This includes the outside metal and the rifling inside the barrel. And finally, the slide will need to be thoroughly cleaned to ensure smooth operation. Let's move these aside for now and take a look at our cleaning kit. I'm using a cheap kit I got off the internet. Most of the time, these kits will come with more stuff than you'll ever really need. Grab a piece of cloth for use in making patches and wiping down parts. You will also want a solvent and a lubricator. I'm using a spray that cleans and lubricates to prevent rust and unwanted fingerprints. I'm just going to push this kit aside, and I want to find a barrel swab that fits a 45 caliber barrel. Next, I want to grab a copper wire scrubber. This will remove lead, carbon, and copper buildup, in combination with a cleaner or solvent. For the rod, I'll just be using the shortest rod in the kit. Then I'm going to screw the brush onto the rod. I will be putting this paper towel down so I don't spray solvent on the table where I eat. Give the inside of the barrel a good spray, then start running the brush through, going back and forth. I'll generally do this 15 to 20 times, depending on the barrel. Now this barrel may look clean, but it's far from it. To give it a deeper clean, you can use a swab like this. The fit should be tight but still manageable to push through. Then do the same thing you did with the copper brush. The swab gets dirty pretty quickly. So let's move to some patches. To use the patches, find the funny looking bit with the rectangle hole on the top of it. Then fold the patches into a rectangle, then stick them through the hole in the top of the bit. I could have used a thicker patch, but you can still see more residue coming out of the barrel. Do this till there's little to no residue on the patches. To finish off the barrel, I like to spray and wipe down the outside to mitigate rust buildup. The spring is easy, just pop it off the guide rod and give both parts a spray with the cleaner. Then grab a patch and wipe down the guide rod and the spring till both are clean. Now for the slide. This takes a little bit more time to clean just because there's a lot of little nooks the residue can hide in. Grab the solvent and give the inside of the slide a good coat of cleaner. Then with a patch or cloth, start wiping it down. On the inside of the slide, you can see a groove that runs the length of the slide. It's always good to clean this well and make sure it's lubricated. If this gets too gummed up, the XDM will likely malfunction. Give it a good spray, then find a piece of soft plastic or wood to stick in the track. Whatever you do, don't use any kind of metal object to scrape the inside of the slide. Doing this can cause scoring on the inside of the slide that can and will make your XDM malfunction. After you're done cleaning the slide track, give the inside of the slide one more wipe down. I like to do one final wipe with a large cloth so I don't leave fingerprints while the cleaner is drying. And I'll do this for each piece. Now while the parts are drying, I need to wash my hands. Solvent is never good to leave on your skin for long periods of time. I also don't want to pick up the now cleaned pistol with my oily hands. Now that I have clean hands and the parts are nicely dry, I can assemble them. Starting with the barrel. Just insert it nice and easy, then move it to the closed position. Now grab the spring and guide rod, inserting the empty portion of the spring first. When the spring is all the way forward, hook the lip of the guide rod behind the stop. Now to reinstall the slide, bring it all the way to the forward position, then push it onto the body, making sure that the rails line up. It will likely stop halfway. Just give it a little bit of a tap on the front of the barrel to seat it fully. Then lock the slide back to the rear and push the disassembly lever back down to the horizontal position. At this point, you can now release the slide and rack it. With the XDM cleared, pull the trigger to make sure it is functioning properly.